Swirls are a bit more lively.
Lambs were going out with the ewes in the spring, and a percentage, often in the order of 10%, were not coming back. And it was more than natural losses and problems with road deaths on the common land around here. So I got suspicious when the carcasses weren't in sight, and it's apparent that there was something amiss, really. I tried various strategies of increasing the marking, tagging lambs when they went out to the moor, tagging them close to birth so that there was identification on the lambs. The ewes have got horn burns on as well to increase the likelihood of them coming back, and it's very hard to remove. We tried gathering them earlier and earlier, so the lambs were spending less and less time on the moor to reduce the likelihood of them disappearing. And all of these things helped, but didn't seem to sort of totally eradicate a problem that was still apparent.
Once you're a little bit imaginative with the application, Microdots in this tool. Well, it works by being able to trace the sheep back to the home farm. And the innovation, actually, partnership with North Yorkshire Police, they came to us because we've been working in metal theft and asked us the question, is there anything you can do to help with the sheep rustling problem that there is across North Yorkshire. The North Yorkshire Rural Task Force have got that as one of their priorities, and we're only too pleased to put our minds to problem solving what has been a centuries-old problem. That's what it's designed for, isn't it? With livestock. And all the that we believe you will. And then we came up with the innovation of actually impregnating the existing marker fluids with thousands of tiny coded microdots which become entangled in the fleeces of the animals and will stay with the animals, creating a deterrent against theft. If the animals are taken from their home farm, we've now got a way of identifying them back to that home farm, and that creates a really strong deterrent against stealing the animals. It gets the moisture down onto the skin. Yeah, in a community where
when you're talking of tens and hundreds of animals be stolen, that has to be done by people within the industry who have the skills, the knowledge and the equipment to be able to round up that many animals, transport them and then either rehouse them in their own flocks, so re-tag them and pass them off as their own animals, or to pass them legitimately through a market or to an abattoir, because these animals are going into the food chain. We are really keen to engage with organisations that are using technology for prevention throughout crime, but particularly for livestock theft. The issue we have obviously is these animals are, well, first of all, they're animals, so they're living beings, and there's certain things you wouldn't want to do to a living thing that you would do to perhaps a building or a vehicle. They're outdoors, and therefore trying to keep products on a living animal is a challenge.